So a while ago, I graduated from high school. Everyone talks about how much they hate that time in their life, but I personally loved it. I was in a musical theater branch of an arts magnet, and needless to say, there was a lot of encouraged forms of art. There were competitions and opportunities everywhere, and the second I left, my art started to fall to the wayside because I had nothing else I needed to do for a grade. It's very much, I don't have the time to do this anymore. That fire under my ass was completely gone. Only recently did I actually start building worlds again. I started creating, I started being active in my own art, and honestly, it did a lot for my mental health. So, strap in, it's video essay time. So art past high school is a very interesting thing. When you're in high school, your next project is kind of handed to you on a silver platter. The next competition, next assignment, next grade. It's simple. You're told to make art and you make it. It's out of necessity more so than out of your want to do it. But what happens when you leave? Well, the world kind of starts crashing down. You need to worry about getting a job, making friends, rent, gas money, getting a job, checking your email, getting a job. Did I mention getting a job? You need to get a job. Did you get a job yet? You should probably get a job. Hell on earth starts to break loose, and it's up to you to fix it. Your art falls to the wayside because it's not something you have to do anymore. It's just something you want to do, and you start running out of time for the things you want to do. So why try to pick up a pen? Everything always comes out wrong at that moment because you haven't had practice, you haven't had inspiration, you haven't had anything. You lost your why. But what if we could get that back? Don't click off yet. I promise this will be interesting, okay? You have a passion project, right? Everybody has a passion project. It's like a show, a comic, a cartoon, song, something that they've always wanted to make. That's a part of you. Everything you make, want to make, or will ever make is a part of you and your history. No one has lived through everything you have lived through. To assume that is fucking ridiculous. So if you think anybody else can make the same art you make, you're wrong. You and your ideas are once in a lifetime. You know that creativity is there. You know that spark is there. Why not share it with the world? You're depriving the world of its you-ness. In the words of my favorite YouTuber ever, CJ the X, the universe without you is just universe. Give it its you back. The world wouldn't be the same without you and your art. And if you think the world is better off without one of the two, you're dead wrong. You're completely wrong. The world needs as much creativity as it can get, especially now. It's a collection of everything that brought you to this moment. It's a unique science project of memories, moments, Polaroids, videos, everything you've ever done, everything you've ever said, everything that you've ever experienced collides into that one idea, that one spark, that one concept. It all comes together to create what you create. It's unique. You need to give it. You need to give it to the world. Give the world its thing. It'll thank you in return. That means you need to create. Create, like right now, do it or I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up. You'll always have new ideas. How to get new ideas? Well, consume media, read books, watch shows, get on Pinterest. Like, go out there. Go out into the real world too. Go touch grass or some shit. The more alive you feel, the more art you'll make. Because art is a form of life. Life is a form of art. Those two are interchangeable. And if you think you can separate the two, you're dead wrong. Don't just mindlessly scroll on TikTok for 3 hours, get fucking going. One of my favorite things to get inspiration from is like cute toys on Pinterest, like anime figurines, little Sanrio plushies, shit like that. They always have such pretty colors and beautiful shapes, and that's what I like to focus on in my art. Shape language and color theory. Shapes and colors. Oh my god, hold on, wait. Shapes and colors. Another thing that always inspires me is music. Listening to songs while staring out the window of a moving car is so inspiring. 50% of the time I forget what music video popped into my mind, but I always remember the general vibe of it. And I'm pretty sure 50% of you guys do that too. Maladaptive daydreaming is an epidemic. Reading poetry also gives me so many inspirations for art. I am a writer myself. I write a lot of poems, I write a lot of stories, and I genuinely think that the more metaphors you consume, the more your art will flourish. You see, art is nothing but just a collection of beautiful things, so collect beautiful things. Go out into the world, look at things that make you inspired, look at things that make you in awe. Go out, be free, be social. Learn from everything you find pretty. Learn from everything you find beautiful. Let the beauty of the world take over you and write through your hands. Your world doesn't need to be aesthetic. It doesn't need to be perfect. But I promise you, a late night walk will change your life. Here's some practical applications. Make a Pinterest board for your art. Actually, let me rephrase that. Make a whole new Pinterest account. Not one that you use for fan art, not one that you use to find little bases for your pieces, just for inspiration. If you want to scroll mindlessly on TikTok for 3 hours, scroll on Pinterest for 3 hours. I promise something will catch your eye. Separate boards into the styles and compositions that you like so that you can go through it and start to figure out the more specifics of what you like about art, what makes your art you. Take notice and take notes on your everyday life. Like I told you before, go on a late night walk. I promise it will change your life. The streetlights will get you thinking. They're streetlights. They're gorgeous. They're in every fucking film for no fucking reason other than just to be pretty. Walk everywhere you can, because it forces you to see the small things in life. When you're in a car, everything kind of blurs together. But when you're walking, it's like you have to focus on the steps you're taking. It forces you to see small things like bushes or signs or stickers on the floor. The world around you is a lot bigger than you think it is. Go explore. Focus your art on the things that are important to you. Find them and don't let them go. I personally love colors. Colors and decorations are my two favorite things in the entire world. I wouldn't call myself a maximalist because I don't have enough stuff to be a maximalist yet. I will be one day, but not yet. But you can tell from the art that I make that I love putting in detail. Little sketches, little flourishes. It doesn't have to look detailed per se, but it definitely looks messy. It looks rough. It looks like it was made by a human being. Fuck AI art. Fuck AI art. I fucking hate AI art. If anybody comes up here with a fucking piece of AI art, I swear to shit, this video is not for you. If you start talking about AI art, I will beat your ass. I will beat your ass! Find the things you like and look for more of it. Don't be afraid to branch out, but then again, don't be afraid to box yourself into a certain aesthetic. It doesn't make you less of an artist to fit into a predefined box. It's when that box is closed that it starts to become a little bit of a problem. Reach out to other mediums. Experiment with oil painting. Experiment with digital art. Experiment with acrylics. Sketch from time to time if you're a digital artist. If you're a physical artist, use your iPad. You won't believe how much better your art gets after doing other things, like writing. Once you start talking about colors, you start to understand the colors a lot better. Write down and take notes on your everyday life. Doodle the world around you. The more you put in, the more you end up making. This is where the essay was supposed to end. But something's been on my mind. I've been putting off making this video essay for so long, almost a year at this point. One day I was watching a video essay with one of my friends on the concept of art sins, and I explained the script I wrote and found myself saying I don't want to make it yet because I don't think I'm good enough at filming. He said, "Isn't that exactly what you're telling people not to do in the essay?" And it clicked. I know it's hard to create. And you don't need to be perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. Everyone has moments where things start to fall apart. It's okay to be flawed. As long as you try again, you're good. Give yourself a break and take care of yourself. You can't make art if you aren't there. The world deserves to see you, and you deserve to be seen. Don't forget that.